Greetings everyone, here's Lodric again, and this is a game 1, the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is a match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied Forces. This is Scenario 1, game version 27, so the new extended map. And last turn I was able to sink a lot of American allies troop transport ships trying to escape the area of Nomaya, and I crippled Hornet the day before, so the last days we had active. There was also a cruiser battle or surface engagement battle at night between Japanese and Allies heavy units. It was also a successful outcome for Japan. So April saw many tactical battles and victories for me, but KilRoy was also able to intercept here one of my supply cargo task forces or amphibious assault groups. So I lost some own cargo ships in these days at the Marshall Islands. So not everything is perfectly fine, but this kind of losses Japan can still handle in the long run. Now is the question if KilRoy will send his main carrier fleet to fight at Nomaya, or if he try to push again at the Marshall Islands. But first some activity on Sydney, and my submarines at the east coast of Australia trying to intercept maybe the returning convoy or escort ships of Hornet, or even find Hornet and sink her in the last moment, because I don't know if Hornet is dead or not. It's hard to say. Possible, but I only saw her burning but not sinking. For sure the Allies know where's my carriers. I'm still at Nomaya. And there is a British corvette around Ceylon. And it looks like that the Allies are still in the Marshall Islands with their main carrier fleet. At least there was a detection from one of my patrol boats. But it could also be only that KilRoy parked some of his carrier wings in Marshall Islands. Anyway, I sweep again Nomaya, trying to keep the Allied aircraft low. At the same time, one cargo ship was sinking. This is simply a battle. Is also time, so I don't know. Ships take damage because there is a or like I don't know. The game simulates this like this battle is a time frame of 1 or 2 hours, and at the same time, in this 1 or 2 hours, a ship, if it's under fire or flooding, it can take additional damage. So this is why this ship sunk. It's not any aircraft detected. Only time passed by. So now, luckily my Zeros suppress enemy cap fighters, so that my navies are slipping through and taking on or out this last remaining AP. So this was also still loaded. Now not more. I mean, it's still loaded, but it's sinking now at the bottom of the port. And I can kill here Australian forces on the ground with my airstrikes. And I think the flag is also getting weaker and weaker. So so I can operate my Air Force in North Australia without let them rest every second day to repair the damage. I'm still waiting for the next generation of army bombers. The Helen bombers will normally enter service in May 42. These airplanes are a little more tough, can handle also flak damage better. Okay, no big carrier strike. Yeah, again, better issues. Yeah, I mean, I said it before, Mavis, or this flying boats from the Japanese, are maybe one of the strongest air wing Japan have. Similar to Catalina's, but more range. And later they have also very strong armor and armament, similar to a B-17. So use them very wisely. Give normally the best torpedo bomber pilots you better add to this kind of airplane. They can really inflict a lot of damage, but be careful with the range. At least if you're flying the H6 early airframes. They will die like Catalinas. But they sink every ship with a lot of cargo if you really use them wisely. Good. Even this, so there's one lucky AK. I think this is the Japanese honor. They always let one ship survive, so pick up all the sailors from the other ships, so that they can come at the next day and say, okay, only one guy left. Oh, we cannot let you survive. So pityly, now we kill you all. Why the Americans start this war? Japan never started this war. This was purely Americans. They forced the hand of Japan to do this. Japan only asked for some oil, iron, bauxite, copper, additional islands, and new market area. But Japan, if you don't give it for free, then we must take it up. I mean, the Americans did similar stuff. They also took the Philippines from the Spanish by force. And the Japanese tanks, the mighty Japanese tanks, you can watch them surrender, or the Australians are surrendering now, or retreating, so not all. But a lot of damage for the Australian forces. I mean, they are broken, they have no morale and maybe any equipment to fight my tanks. So they are now falling apart. So KilRoy tried to escape Source, but his Darwin army more or less is defeated. It's now a question of if I can completely wipe them out, or if some units can escape at the end. But I'm confident that tanks are always faster than any running infantry, especially if I also have a strike aircraft to harass the infantry. And my Mongolian division take down the next fort level. The defender is now fatigued. It's simply at the end. Also some cleanup operation here in Sichuan. Empty bases. My Navy Guard units also force out this last British forces. And there was some maybe scout airplanes, I don't know what they are. Again, a successful day, not too much activity. Biggest issue I have is where is the American carrier division now? But Nomaya, I think, is locked. I'm not sure if KilRoy can try this supply and reinforcements run again in the future. Again, high air losses for the Allies. These airplanes was out Cylon, I don't know what they are really. And the rest is all small stuff. So for me it was not one pilot lost. But I lost the next cargo ship, but this is all still damage from this night engagement or day engagement. Plus, yeah, the Allies lost a lot of cargo ships, plus this is still only a normal AEP, but this ship was full, more or less, with troops. And yeah, I forgot. So we have a kill ratio now of 13 to 5.7. So 31 or 31,000 to 5,700. So it's a good kill ratio. But I don't care. Auto victory, KilRoy told me he can also fight to 44 or 45. You have always the option to accept the auto victory, or you can continue. Yeah. So the Chinese forces are falling apart in Inner Mongolia. My tanks cleaning up in Sichuan, this is all fine. I'm catching up here, this retreating Chinese units, they are broken, there's nothing more where they would run. Everything is fine. No big movement more. I try to move down the smaller road and now, yeah, reach China from the west side. Cylon is also, I think, there's no reinforcements coming to Cylon, so I can play it slow and safe. Cocos Islands also fall some days ago, so there's no forward base for the Allies to sneak in or something. But I also have not really much equipment left to guard these islands. I only want to take them. If I ever put any aircraft there, I don't know. With scenario 1, it's really the problem that you don't have enough air wings to be everywhere. Infantry is of course always too slow. This is now the problem with the German. Like the Germans in 41 in Russia, the tanks are too fast, infantry is too slow. So at the end only the tanks are fighting. And I lost sight of this retreating Allied carrier task force, so wherever they are, maybe they arrived already in Brisbane, I don't know. I was not able to get any additional strike on them. But no Maya is under siege, and I don't know if this is a wrong information or this are other ships or wrong information. I mean, this is always only where this task force come from, and this is reported sourced west, so the hex or the task force was in this hex before and cross in this direction into the new hex. Source east, so would be like this. I don't know. This makes sense because maybe the task was running like this and then go source and try to reach silver. I don't know. Yeah. Here is reinforcements coming. That for sure. So KilRoy try to reinforce the island. If he really bring in additional stuff or if he try to get his unit out, I'm not so sure. I only see here there's still 2 carriers north, and this let me force my with this carriers nearby. I cannot run any of my torpedo bombers. It's impossible. Very risky if I run my torpedo bombers and enemy carriers are nearby. There's a chance that my torpedo bombers going for the carriers are too high. I don't want to let my elite pilots get slaughtered by enemy wildcat fighters. I respect this and I simply wait and watch. I can wait and watch more or less. I'm not in the situation that I must act. And I also cannot confirm where's the position. This maybe also means that I better return now with my carriers and refill my losses. I don't have really lost too many aircraft, but I also consumed some of my torpedoes. And I flicked enough damage here in New Caledonian that I can say thank you, I go back home. I will only see now this PT. I really don't know. I never take attention to this kind of aircraft. Must be somewhere here. So these are light bombers. Oh, 100 pound. This is a 50 kilo, not even 50, 45 kilo. So this is maybe why KilRoy, maybe KilRoy used them purely only for training. I don't know. And I mean, they don't have range, they don't have payload, they have no speed. This is a purely training mission. Only for training airframes, nothing too special. Good, maybe a short look at my engine situation. So I have here one factory only for ND, the H-60, because I need them for the dive bombers, and nothing really else. The 33 is still not at 500, but I also don't have a request for this engine so far, so it's okay. So 32 is already in 500 bonus, 34 is in 500 bonus, and 35. So I have 3 engines for bonus already. And if you check where you need it, then you can see, yes, here I need already the 35 bonus, because see, I have a factory at 30 and 0. I coming close to need the bonus of the 32. I have already, but the factories are not done, so far I don't need the bonus. But I need the bonus already longer, of course, for the H-34, but I have this, so I get the bonus here for the Helen. Next will be the Tojos, sooner or later, but this is the same engine type, so I have also the bonus rating for the Tojos. And sooner or later the Oscars 2A, but also have already the bonus. So every airframe is coming close to R&D. I have the 500 engine bonus and get double R&D every turn. The only airframe is missing is the 33. And the 33 I need only after I am done with this airframe. Once the R&D of the A6M5 is done, I will switch to A6M8. Then I need an engine of 33. But roughly speaking, I get this engines done before the R&D is finished with the A6M5. So I also have no rush. So I want engine factory for the H33 is enough, but it's related to what kind of airframe we want push with how many R&D factories or tools. Good. And this is my actual production. You can see I go roof, and you can push this roof a lot, because the roof you can later on for free change to A6M5. You cannot change A6M2 to A6M5. Game rules. So if I want this factory, I'm forced to later switch it to another engine airframe type, and I must rebuild everything from scratch. This one I can more or less make a smooth upgrade and have no damaged factories, but we will see this sooner or later. In May I also can start to produce the M3 Nell bombers. Make no sense to put any R&D in this. It's impossible to get R&D bonus, or you don't must push. The airframe is coming close to enter production anyway. Yeah, I have here the Helen 1A factories already producing. I ramp up the production capacity, but I don't produce this airframe because it's nonsense. This A1A have no armor protection, so it's the same like if I produce Key 21 bombers. I don't need this, so I only produce factories capacity. In May I get the 2A Helen, and then I will start the production of this already much better army bomber with armor protection. Good. And this is in a clear break with all other army bombers, and I will do no. Then normally once I have the Helen 2A, I don't need more Key 48, I don't need more Key 21. These are all outdated airframes. Once the Helen take over, it's for the army at least only Helen and nothing else. Good. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.